What happened was...
Hey friends, it's so nice to see you. It's today, the time is now. You are here and the weather is outside your window.
Today's guest is here to tell us about her incredible career and returning to the stage amidst a pandemic and after having a baby. Please welcome my friend and one of the best sopranos I've ever heard, Megan Nielson.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Happy September to you.
Thank you. It's my birthday month.
I know I was going to say happy Virgo season. It's your birthday week.
Thank you.
Are you feeling very earthy and grounded?
Feeling very earthy, grounded, just so many details in my head.
Of course. Organized. Your calendar is set.
Yes.
Amazing.
Running with it.
So you just started rehearsal for a project, and it's not your first project back because you jumped in to sing Mimi in La Boheme on, I think, 3 days notice recently.
In your head, you could say 3 days. I think it was more like 10.
Okay, that's still. But by the time you jumped in to sing Mimi in Boheme, you hadn't sung on stage in like what, a year and a half?
It was about a year and several months. Yep. And it had been over a year that I did like a full opera, but about a year and a half, a year and a few months since I had performed. Yeah.
And the last major thing you had done was Mimi in Boheme.
Yes. Yes.
So kind of astonishing. You've done the role a lot. So
I've done the role a lot. So it was great. You know, it was a test of like every singer skill possible.
what did it feel like to sing with an orchestra for the first time again after such a long time?
Oh, it just felt like, especially like months after like being like singing in a basement or singing in your room or singing like to a crappy keyboard or like a video track, like it just felt like I could breathe.
Yeah.
Like it just felt like sucking in so much like air that was just needed. It was so refreshing and just freeing, you know, like I just felt like I could like let it rip.
Yeah, of course. And especially with something you've done before, it means so much to you.
Yes. Yeah.
Like a familiar old friend.
Yeah, definitely. Like it was just great being in that headspace again. I love that opera so much. And just the music is just yeah, it has a lot of meaning to me. And yeah, it was just incredible to go through it. Also with like like so much has changed in the last year and a half. So also to go on that journey again, right, with all of like how I'm different now, like who am I now in 2021 compared to like who I was in 2019 and all that I learned. And like
the last time you had done it, it was your first major gig back after having a baby, your first child. So that was quite a roller coaster too. So it seems this opera kind of marks, some major life events for you.
Yes, definitely. And it was the first role I ever learned as a soprano, I think.
Right. Yeah. Because when we met, you were still a mezzo.
Yes. Yeah, I did I guess I did Meg March when we met, which was like
right.
Cusp. And then I ventured into full soprano land.
And now, of course, you're a Puccini, Wagner, Strauss heroine, and you've done all the dream roles.
Yes. I mean, not all of them, but bits of most of them, a lot of them.
You've done many Toscas, many Mimis. You did a butterfly.
Yes. I've done a Sworn Angelica twice.
So many. Yeah, I saw those. Spectacular. And now you're rehearsing your first major gig back from, well, besides the Mimi you jumped into, but you're in rehearsal in New York for an actual proper rehearsal period where you're not jumping into a show. Singing Santuzza, who is a character who's come around many times for you, but you've never had the opportunity to actually sing her.
Yes, yeah. The last time I was offered to sing Santuzza, it just felt too low for me and felt too big for me and just like wasn't gonna make it through. So I said no. And then this time when I was asked, I think I can do it after having a baby. My voice has changed a little bit and There was my lower passaggio, E flat, D was always kind of fuzzy. I always struggled with it, and luckily after having a baby, it was there.
I've heard so many people talk about how their voice changes after having a baby, and it's obviously an enormous event for a body to go through physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually.
Yeah.
But the way you talk about it right now, saying your passaggio, which for those non-singers watching, it's kind of like where your voice has a break, where you have to shift gears, right?
Yeah.
And you have to be more thoughtful about it. So is it kind of going from like a standard transmission to an automatic?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Every time I get down there, I'm like, oh, it's there. Where before I had to like think about it, or like
Put your foot on the clutch.
Hours, with my teacher just like helping me get there and figuring it out. And when you have a baby, you sing completely differently because the way you use your body, you can't use it anymore. You don't have room in the area where you have room. You don't have, everything shifts and changes, and hormonally things shift and change. And luckily, the shift and change was a good one for me. So
yeah, well, probably also because you were singing full time while pregnant. You were doing a lot of gigs and singing very, very pregnant. So you had the opportunity to sing through the entire transition and then make it to the other side and see how it changed.
Yes, and I remember after having my baby and I had a voice lesson like a month afterwards, I was like, oh, I waited so long. I can't believe I hadn't sung for an entire month, even though I had just given birth. Like I was like, constantly like, my voice is just going to be gone. Like all this work I put in is just gone. And then come, 2020, the pandemic, and there were multiple months, 6 months, 7 months where I didn't sing, barely sang, didn't practice. And, luckily it's still there.
It will always be there.
And it's not like, it's hard because I don't know how to measure oneself like after that and through all that. And I've just decided not to, but it's there and it works.
Right.
And all the work that I put into keeping my voice, it's paid off in the end because I didn't freak out about it that much.
Well, and as someone who's had a front row seat to your vocal journey for like almost 15 years now, it's or more, 16 years.
That's not journey too.
Yeah. It's been so exciting to see the entire journey and where you came from and where you are now and the type of roles that ended up coming your way, and truly you're usually carrying a show, which is a really exciting place to be as a singer, to
Yeah, no, it is fun because
title roles.
Yeah, normally they're title roles, which is it's a lot of pressure, but also really fun and really great. And
and congrats on your Dallas Opera debut. This is a major house debut for you. So I'm happy to be a part of it. Can I ask you some questions?
Yes.
All right. We already said you're a Virgo, but what is your favorite opera?
Tosca.
Yeah. Who's your favorite opera singer of like the Golden Age singers?
Tebaldi.
Yeah. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Oh my God, there's so many. Like in like a not so good ice cream shop, I'll go for a cookies and cream.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. What about a Talenti? Where are you going with that?
Oh, with a Talenti, I would go with like a salted caramel or a chocolate peanut butter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Go to karaoke song.
Like a prayer.
Now I've heard you bring a house down with "Son of a Preacher Man" in Tennessee.
I have received second place at a drag bar karaoke competition for "Son of a Preacher Man," and the reason I did not place first was because my rendition was too dirty.
I've witnessed it. Yes.
I mean, what? Come on, people.
Yep. Well,
Did I make you uncomfortable? Yes. Did you like it? Yes.
you can spend an entire year living as another person. Who is it?
Oh. I was like Maria Callas, but no, that's too sad.
Yeah.
I think Lady Gaga.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have a weekend away with anyone who's ever lived. Who is it?
Oh. Lady Gaga?
Yeah. And finally, what is the meaning of life?
Oh. I think just love. Finding the love in all the moments.
Yes,
Yeah.
agreed. Well, I love you, and Artie loves you too.
I love you, RT.
Say hi to your family and your sweet dog.
That's all for today's episode. Puppies and rainbows till we meet again.